And, hey, Paul, anytime I even think the Circa Survivor entrants that played the Broncos had to be a little bit nervous, aside from that one arrogant Jack who said, I never lose. I'll let you talk about him in a minute. But
okay.
Anybody who played the Broncos in Survivor last night, you had to be a little bit nervous about it. In the NFL, any 7-point favorite can lose, right?
Yep. Especially what's gone on the last month. Absolutely.
And that's exactly why the Circa Survivor type and the Survivor contests in general are so crazy and so popular, because things like this in the NFL happen on a regular basis.
Yep. So probably goodbye Caleb Williams or Drake May for the Patriots with a win. The other story is the Survivor carnage. 6 people here were on the Broncos. We are down to 4 in the largest betting contest ever, $9.2 million. It's now worth $2.3 million to the 4 people that are left. Great job, Indiana Jet. Follow the money army. He watches every day. He stepped out and took the Bears. Circus Master, in a gutsy move, took the Rams on Thursday. He was the only guy who had the Rams. Jack's Jags took the Packers, which turned out to be a sweat. Yeah. They almost blew a 14-point fourth-quarter lead. And L.A. Jones, who's been on the show, who put in Green Bay on accident on Thanksgiving, is still alive. He also had the Bears. So now we'll see. They all are on the Eagles. There's nothing they can do. They don't have Kansas City. They don't have San Francisco. They all have used Philadelphia. And if the Eagles lose, they split $9.2 million. We'll see if we finally get a chop. And, you know, I was candid about this Friday. I know your partner, Wes Reynolds, tweeted about it. It was very hard to like Golden Boy Sean Perry. I'm the greatest bettor ever. I never lose. You know, this act type thing he was doing. And he was one of the people on Denver. And he goes out. And like the other 5 people that were still left that had Denver, Bowtie Cabaret, who I hope he was able to hedge and make some money. He had not hedged up to last week, which surprised me. He's a pianist in town. Our guy Chris, TKO Bets, who owns his own business. He was also on Denver. He was shocked there was no chop. Golden Boy was not the only person that refused to chop, but now he goes out, and there were a lot of people rooting against him, how he acted and behaved, and I was one of them. So it was hard to get behind him. I don't understand what this, how much did he have of himself? You know, the poker community can't stand him. Just look at the Las Vegas, Todd Dewey. He did an article on him in the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Just look at the comments under the story, and I'll tell you, the poker community can't stand the guy. So there will be no win for Golden Boy, as now we're down to 4, and that's the other storyline here, as we'll see what these guys decide to do if Philly indeed wins today, and I expect them to win.
Yeah, I don't like to root against people, but Golden Boy is one of those people you have to root against. You have to root against. He's so arrogant, and when you're arrogant like that, it's going to come back to haunt you eventually. And this one came sooner than later. I think that most of us probably say it's too bad the Broncos can't lose and knock him out, and the other 5 still advance.
Yes,
you don't want to root against the other 5
right.
And some of the good people who got knocked out of the contest. When you get that close, and you've been that close to big money like that, it's even more painful when you're that close and you lose. But yeah, I think Golden Boy kind of relished playing the Tony Montana bad guy role. Don't you? He was trying to play that character. He almost wants people to root against him and to hate him, I think.
Well, I'm the best in the world, and I never lose.
You don't make
comments
like that unless you want people to, if you're trying to tick people off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But certainly he was wrong the whole time. He wasn't the only one that refused to chop, and he also didn't have the best portfolio.
Right.
Because there were guys like Circus Master and Rod Beck Apples that had better teams available as well. And even if he advanced and Denver won, the Jacksonville angle, Week 17, wasn't gold, as Jacksonville can't win a game now. So he was the only person with Jacksonville left, but that lost some of the luster as well.
Visit VSiN.com to get current odds, listen for free, find showtimes, and download VSiN sports betting podcasts.